Welcome back to Maverick Golf. We are playing the back nine at Casa de Campo's Teeth of the Dog in the Dominican Republic. Hopefully you caught the first video. We're already teeing off here on number 10, a little 398-yard par 4. Ironically, my room is right to the right here, so I stopped in and grabbed a couple of bottles of water from the mini fridge. If you have not checked out the front nine, head on over there. I'll link the card right now. So check out that front nine video. Was able to get around the front nine even par. So we're going to the back nine even par. Left that first drive way off to the right, and one crazy thing is if you get far enough off, which I am, there's some St. Augustine around some of the hotel rooms and stuff that's still technically a little bit in play. That stuff grabs so thick, so I left this a little bit short. So I have some work to do on a two-putt here. And if you watched the first video, you know how rough my putting was, but was able to kind of muster enough up here to get a two-putt out of it. Starting about here all the way through the rest of the round, my caddy Benjamin just kept saying if I learned how to putt, I'd be pretty dangerous. Hole number 11, par 5, 586 yards. If you've been following the channel a lot, you know I hit the ball a pretty good ways, normally 300 plus, if not a little bit more. That's been really, really helpful on this golf course because, you know, I drive or 5-iron into most par 5s, if not less. You know, the second shot on number 11 here, I just kind of flailed it off to the right. I was trying to leave it off and drop back, and it ended up moving a few yards to the right. So I ended up missing the bunker on the other side of it. Left kind of an awkward chip, but was able to hit a good shot there, and only had about 5-6 feet for a birdie that we drained. So that takes us to 1 under. Here in a little bit, too, there's a really cool feature on this back nine, and let's just say that there was a new kind of hazard that you're not normally used to a whole lot on a golf course. It's not there anymore. It actually shut down in 1999, but stay tuned to the end of the video to see this crazy, crazy thing. Again, just another kind of smooth driver, and this little par 4, nothing too fancy. You know, took this right at the pin. I'm sorry it's kind of boring. Boring golf means I probably scored pretty good, but it's not as much fun to watch because there's not a lot of crazy shots. The greens, you know, these holes are a little bit more simple. They're not on the coastline. We'll get there in a few holes back to the coast and come back towards the clubhouse. But the green complexes on the non-ocean holes were pretty insane. Honestly, they all were, but these had a lot more undulation. As you can see, that first putt broke so hard. Over to the left, that's Randy and Lisa. They had just gotten back from a meeting and were catching up and bringing us some food. Those are our travel partners from 2 Getaway Travel. And then my cart and Benjamin down there on the left. They also brought, Randy's actually holding the box of croquettes right now, which is like ham and cheese and a little fried ball there. They were amazing. They're all over the Dominican. So I left this one, that shot off to the right. Hit an okay chip. Left it way too short. I should have put a little more on it. I think I had about another 20 feet to go. And unfortunately, as good as my putting was, you'll see why it's important that I get a little closer on some of these other shots because anything outside of about 5 feet was a big question mark. I actually hit that one hard enough, and that's, you can see Benjamin laughing right there. He's just impressed. I think he said something to the effect that I'm just happy you hit the hole. You know, a good caddy at these places will really kind of make or break your round, but honestly, we exchanged phone numbers when we gone, and if I go back, Benjamin will definitely be back on the bag as long as he's there. All right, another par 5, only 499 yards. This is number 14. I hit an okay drive. I did leave it off to the right pretty good. It just kind of started off right down the middle and just kind of kept swinging to the right a little bit. There's a long bunker, as you can see now, with water on the other side of it. I just kind of caught it up in there. I hit an okay shot here. I just caught a little more sand than I thought I was going to. It landed a little short, and as you can see, there's some runoff area here. And it just kind of landed right down in that little area. At least I wasn't back in the bunker. Hit a better chip than I did on the par 3. Got it within about 5 feet, and then it was just a matter of getting that putt to sink. Now, back to the ocean. Sorry about the camera work. Randy chose to turn the video off for some reason. Who's over there on the right in his really, really bright red shoes? So this is number 15. We're back on the coastline. Pretty simple little par 4. you know, hit a good drive down the right-hand side. Unfortunately, this one I just left the face wide open. Ended up with a very awkward stance. Hit a good chip. Thank God it didn't go any shorter. Probably could have stood to carry it a little bit further, about a yard or two. And again, just the putting woes. I could have probably shot 68 to 70 if I had just made a couple of these putts. You know, this would be the safe par. And I just decelled and left it off to the right, which, you know, he's already kind of giving me crap. Now, this is the famous par 3, number 16. This shape of the green and the bunkers around it is where the name Teeth of the Dog comes from, because the bunkers look like teeth. And there's actually 2 bunkers that come down that look like fangs a little bit, and then the green would be the mouth. So it's hard to tell from here. Unfortunately, my drone had run out of battery, so I couldn't get it up to get a better image of the green, which I wish I would have. But just, again, a difficult hole like that, just hit it to the middle of the green. Almost lipped out the putt here and have a nice little tap in for par, which on a hole like this, 186 yards, you know, that's a into the wind typically. That's a pretty hard hole. All right, number 17 coming down the home stretch here. This one looks a lot like number 15. I hit a great drive. Actually, it's connected with the ball really, really well. Almost too good. Actually ran it through the fairway on the line that Benjamin had given me. That's not his fault. The fact is it went 15 yards farther, and there's Randy again. So get up on it just in the rough. Again, hit another good shot. I didn't miss many fairways, which is a good driving day for me. Typically, I'm longer with a lot of missed fairways and go kind of hit it and get it type of golf, but I was pretty accurate off the tee at this golf course, which really kind of saved me. You know, on this shot, again, I just went for the center of the green. Didn't really try to go after the pin. Wish I would have, because as the rest of these long putts went, I left this putt short, very, very short. Something about this Paspalo grass, I have a really hard time trying to muster up enough strength to hit it, and then, as you can tell by my face and my displeasure, I missed another putt, and I thought about throwing this in. So, all right, this is a really, really cool hole, number 18. I'm actually hitting it over, you see this blank space on the left, a very unique thing. So I'm going to stop talking and let Randy and let Benjamin talk about what's going on right now with a runway on the golf course.
Wow.
The story I heard was that the siren would go off, and then everybody would have to stop playing golf so the plane could land.
Exactly.
That's funny.
And by that time, sometime was the golf course packed with 400 people or more.
Wow.
The rounds starting 7:30 in the morning, they probably 5.5 hours.
How long ago was that?
Back in the 60s, 50s,
No, I was here.
You were?
70s.
No.
No, when they make this airport, that was probably in the 60s, something like that. But they closed this in the 1999.
Oh.
Wow.
And but they have, I think, in the front decks they have like a video. They can show you
That's cool.
how was the crazy.
All right. It's absolutely crazy that there used to be a commercial jets would take on and off and alarms would go off. Not gonna lie, we probably spent 10 minutes talking about that, and it kind of messes with your head a little bit because you're trying to recreate where the runway is. No longer operational. You do have to fly into Punta Cana now, and there is a private airstrip, but I just hooded the crap out of that shot. Left it down here to left. Had to hit like a flop shot thing just to get it up on the green. Just hit it a little too hard, which was definitely the miss. You know, it just carried all the way through. But this was an absolutely phenomenal round. Didn't finish the way I obviously would have loved to, but huge thanks to Randy and Lisa from 2 Getaway Travel for having us out, and Benjamin, my caddy. Join us next time. We got more golf courses coming. Thank you all.